Hi, friends. So today I'm going to talk about skincare with Young Living. And I want to share first my experience. I had a lot of acne, like on my forehead and on my chin area, for many years. And even after giving birth to two children, and especially when all my hormonal systems was out of whack. And then I would get cysts every month with my period. I would also have this eczema patch on my right side of my face. And so I have been on a journey to heal my skin for many, many years, and I want to share with you what I did. So I started out using Young Living in 2013 for my face. And I used, and of course, without even having to say, I had experimented with many, many, many different brands before, and bought a lot of the clean products at the natural health store, even some branded products, and you know, I think it was a combination of everything, like a lifestyle change that needed to happen. And yet, when I tried Young Living, I felt it on my face immediately, which then also helped me transform my lifestyle. So it was like a whole package. So I started using a drop of frankincense and a drop of purification with coconut oil on my face. And I started breaking out. But I loved the scent. And I started becoming calmer, and I was surprised that I wasn't, yelling at my kids so much, and I wasn't honking at everyone on the street. And then, of course, I realized that frankincense was really calming, and it helped me from the inside out. So that helped me on my stress level. Then I started reading that coconut oil is like it clogs the pores. So my skin's really sensitive, and I can tell within 1 or 2 days whether it's working or not. So I switched to jojoba oil, and I got organic jojoba oil, and then I continued one drop of frankincense, one drop of purification, twice a day, in the morning when I woke up, and then in the evening before I slept. And then my face cleared, and it was amazing. And that was took about a month. And it was that very month that so many other things happened with Young Living that by January I was like, this is so amazing. I am going to start sharing with my friends. So it was really January 1st, 2014. And I bought the Black Friday sale, November 30th, 2013. So January 1st, 2014, I was like, I'm all in because of the amazing skin effects I saw. So then I bought like the cleaners, facial cleansers, and the moisturizers and all of that, and experimented. And now I have a really nice routine. Now, before I go into the facial products that I use, I must say that internally, I really needed the cleansing in order for my skin not to erupt so easily. And what I learned was in my nutrition consulting certificate course, what I learned was that the skin is really the last sort of place where the body can get rid of toxins. And so if my liver is not working well, if my kidneys not working well, or if I'm not hydrating enough, right, for my kidneys to process, then, or I'm not sweating, and also not like feeding my body the right or the ingredients in order for my body to detox, then it's going to come out in my skin. So how Young Living helped me with that was I religiously took Digest. And I'll be honest and said this whole journey was a journey of discovery for myself, because nobody could really understand what I'm going through, but I could learn from everybody bits and pieces. So it was 3 to 5 years in, maybe 3 to 4 years in, that I was in such a place of like despair. Like the acne had gone, right, and the cyst had gone, which was dragon time, by the way. That really helped. No more cysts. The eczema was still there, and so what I did was I tripled what I was using. So I tripled my Digest. In fact, it was like every time I thought of it, I put a drop under my tongue. Vitality. And I took more of the Life 9 than really what is on the bottle. So I literally tripled it, right? So I took it in the morning, I took it at night, I took it during the day, I took 2, 4, 6. And then drank lots of Ningxia. Ningxia is amazing for my cleansing. 2 to 4 to 6 ounces a day. And took lots of sulfurzyme. That really helps with my skin. And of course my hair was growing like crazy, and everyone's like, what are you doing with your hair? And we know that the hair, skin, nails are all kind of in the same category. And I was just sort of like, well, I'm trying to take care of my skin, so I think my hair is really receiving the benefits. So I also tripled my enzyme intake. So I used Detoxzyme, Allerzyme, Essential Zymes 4. Maybe Essential Zymes I don't take as much because I really don't like that tablet. So I take a lot of Detoxzyme, a lot of Allerzyme. I mean, I wake up and I take 5 Allerzyme, and at night I take another 5, and in between the day I take maybe a lot of Detoxzyme here and there. So what I was doing was I was experimenting with my body. So I had all these eczema. I was like, why is this not working? It was the cleansing, and within 2-3 weeks of like tripling everything, it all went away. And so now it's a matter of maintenance for me. And when I eat something that's not quite right for my body, I get a hint of the eczema. And it becomes a little scratchy. And nobody can hardly even notice it except me. But I know it's a sign for me to pay attention. And so anyway, let me get into my routine. So I love the Balance line, and I want to show you what I do. I just wash with this Balance cleaner. I got new ones here. I put the moisturizer and the toner. Honestly, on and off, I'll use it throughout the day, or sometimes I skip a day or two. But I love that they put some, I think they put malachite in here because it has a high copper content and it helps our skin, right? So I love the Balance, and I have been using this since it came out. Before that, I was using the Art skincare, and so I actually alternate between the Art and the Balance. I know there are other options out there that Young Living offers, like the Bloom. I haven't gone there just because this works so well for me that I don't want to upset the Balance. And I alternate between the two so that my skin gets a little sort of different nutrients. So I love the Art Skin Cleanser and the Art Moisturizer. Now, when I am traveling, so now I live in Hawaii, it's pretty humid. But when I'm traveling and it is say winter and dry, or it's just dry weather generally, I use the Art Intensive Moisturizer. I love this, and it really hydrates my skin. So the number one thing to remember about skin is hydration, hydration, hydration. So drink, drink, drink. Even if we don't like the taste of water, put the Vitality drops, and those are really good as well for cleansing. And the Ningxia helps, right, with the hydration as well. And of course, if we're not getting enough and we find our skin is oily, it is actually because our skin's trying to produce the oil that we're not giving it. So try the intensive moisturizer if the light one is not giving you enough. The other thing I like to do is I have a bath with my oils and Epsom salts and sea salt sometimes, alternately, and baking soda, at least once a week, if not twice. But while I'm in the bath, I always put my charcoal mask on. And this again helps with pulling out the toxins. And I do it while I'm in the bath so I can wait, right, for 10-15 minutes for it to be on my face. The other thing I love to do, when I do a full shower, so, there's the quick shower and then there's the wash hair, all of that, right, and shave. So when I do a full shower, I use the mint and I scrub my face really lightly. I love this one. And then I love the Sacred 7 skin serum that my dear friend Kelowna came up with many years ago, when I think it was 7 years ago probably. So I put it in a bottle, and I can put the recipe on the bottom, but basically it's elemi, sacred frankincense, jasmine, geranium, sacred sandalwood. I alternate with Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, myrrh, and ylang ylang. And it's literally just 3 drops of each in this 15 ml bottle, and I fill the rest with jojoba oil. So since my fiasco with coconut oil, I actually don't use anything else on my face except organic jojoba oil, and it's been really, really nice. So, all the benefits of these essential oils: reduces fine lines, supports skin health, wrinkles, revitalizes the skin cells, helps with wrinkles and scars, helps with chapped, cracked skin, and improves skin tone. So I'll put that in the notes below. But so I put a roller top on it because the times during the day when I just need some kind of extra hydration, and I roll it on and I just sort of put it all over, and it smells so good. It really helps me to stay calm and in my peaceful center. The other thing I have in a roller is just myrrh and frankincense. And I have this just as a sort of roll on any parts really of my body that needs extra sort of skin care. And so let's say there was a day when it did come out scratchy, I would put more on it just to let it get some support there. And I may also put this under my eye. So one thing is we never put oils in the eye, but whenever we get any sort of irritation, it's good to put it around the eye bone. So if I had lavender to do that with, I would do that as well. And I've had many sort of successes with that. If you just woke up and all of a sudden your eye just feels irritated, just put that around there. So that is my routine, and I wonder if Hi, Sherry. There are any questions? Yeah, pro tip. Charcoal mask while in the bath. Um, yeah, so I am happy to answer questions if you have any. Occasionally, I'll use the mask from Art Skincare. I love that they have orchid essences in the Art Skincare, and let's see what else. I've tried the CBD base, and the scent is a little strong for me, so I tend to put more oils in just to help it to feel a little less strong. And oh, the other thing I wanted to share with you was this other recipe, which really is oils that help us to sleep. So, what I really like about putting oils on my face is that it is one that we can smell throughout the day or throughout the night, right? And it really is a great place for us to receive the benefits. So this one is really oils that help us to sleep, and so it is lavender, cedarwood, frankincense, and lemon. Well, lemon because we want to put it on at night and not in the morning, but lemon really helps with sort of sloughing off what our face does not need. So we use at night because in the morning or during the day could be exposing your skin to receiving more UV rays from the sun. So this facial serum, I'll put it again under in the notes, but it's 5 drops lavender, 5 drops cedarwood, 3 drops frankincense, 3 drops lemon essential oil, and fill it with, I put here V6 carrier oil, but you really can, I use jojoba oil. Definitely nothing with coconut oil for me. And yeah, so again, for the skin, I love sulfurzyme, and there are a lot of questions about how much to take with sulfurzyme. And again, it is always an experimentation with your body, and you can ramp it up. And start slow, always start slow, start low, go slow, and ramp it up to, as much as it feels right. And so I take like a heaping teaspoon in the morning, and again during the day and at night when I kind of want to have a concentrated period of receiving the benefits. And the enzymes as well, start low, go slow, as well as the probiotics. And it's generally good to maybe think about having concentrated periods and then take a break and see how your body's being supported, and see if you need it again. Yeah, so in terms of, I guess, our other oils that help with blemishes or products, I would say the ones that I don't use, but I have bought for my family. Definitely the acne cream for my my children, and I do use it like if all of a sudden there's like a huge acne on my face, I would put that on. And honestly, I've even used the diaper rash cream when it got really, really bad. And what that does with the zinc is just helps to dry it out in terms of not getting it all oozy and weepy. And what else? Other hacks, right, that Young Living has. I love making sprays for my face, but if you were just to use one of Young Living's, I love the lavender after sun spray, or even the Lavaderm. That's really nice. And if you make your own, I use organic witch hazel and water and any oil that you know are attracted to at that time, and you just have it in your handbag and just have spritz throughout the day. Just gives you a nice, again, hydration and allowing you to snap back into the present moment. And your face is also receiving the benefits and inhaling it, you know, just really deeply. Yeah. Did you use tender tush or the seedlings? Seedlings. The tender tush was, I know it has really nice, Blue Tansy is really great for the face, but it was a little too watery. I used the Seedlings diaper rash cream because it was nice and I guess in a way kind of chalky too, and so it helped. This was when I had bad breakouts of my eczema, so I don't use it, you know, on a regular basis, kind of emergency. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. I am here to answer any questions you have. I am just sharing my experience, and I just encourage you to allow yourself to experiment. And honestly, if you have sensitive skin, your skin will know and tell you within 1 to 3 days. So if you ever need samples, just ask the person that added you in here. If you don't want to spend, you know, the full price on the product without really knowing whether your skin will react to it, just ask for a sample. We're all really willing to send you some. And then once you find the line that works with your skin, then you can purchase it on your monthly loyalty rewards order. What I really like to do is, you know, these products that I use regularly, I order it on my monthly loyalty rewards, and then the points that I accumulate, I will purchase the oils that I would like to add, you know, as a face serum or any of that. And most of the oils you can redeem with free points, except for Rose and a couple of others. But otherwise, you know, I think that's a great strategy. We go through these personal care products, and we're taking, you know, from the pot that we used to purchase from the natural health store, which is what I used to do. And I actually paid a lot more for products that didn't really work. And now I'm actually, I have products that work, and I'm getting so many benefits from it, physically, mentally, emotionally. And it's good on my pocketbook too. So I don't see where there's any downside to this. So my point is, ask for a sample, we'll send it to you, and then help you figure it out. Because there's the art series, there's the balance series, there's the bloom series, and then of course the little things you can do on your own with the jojoba oil or V6 oil. And then we have the Mira facial cleanser with oil. If you live in a really dry climate, I would really suggest that. I take that with me when I travel, and it's an oil cleanser, and so you don't need water. It's really nice too if you're traveling and you don't really have access to, you know, water, like if you're backpacking or camping. And then, of course, there's the CBD facial oil. And, you know, we also have this like dry facial serum that many people forget that we have. I've tried that, and I kind of really like, you know, Kelowna's recipe, so I use that. But that's an option too for people. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening, and ask your questions. I'll be here.